Celestial Convergence. In the twilight of the 28th century, when the stars themselves whispered ancient secrets, humanity had long transcended the solitary bounds of Earth. In scattered colonies across distant planets, the spirit of exploration burned warm like the embers of mythic legends. Among those brave souls was a young engineer named Liam Calder, whose life was about to be revolutionized by a destiny written among the celestial highways. Liam's home was the lunar colony of Selene 4, a glittering outpost perched on the edge of human achievement and ambition. Here, technology and dreams converged, and robots served as both helpers and silent companions. Despite the comfort of familiarity in Selene 4, Liam felt a persistent yearning in his heart, a call to venture beyond the known and embrace the mystery of far-off universes. One cool evening, as the silver dust of the moon shimmered under a pale earthrise, Liam found himself drawn to a secluded observatory. There, his mentor, Professor Eli Anders, a wise and seasoned astrophysicist with silver hair and kind eyes, was poring over star charts and encrypted transmissions from deep space. "Liam," Eli said softly without looking up, "have you ever wondered if we are merely the first notes in an opera that spans the cosmos?" Liam's eyes sparkled with anticipation. "I've felt it every day, Professor. A pull toward something far beyond these craters. I want to explore it, to find out what lies beyond." Before long, that yearning transformed into an inescapable call when a mysterious signal was detected. It emanated from the uncharted region near the Helios Nebula, a pulsating rhythm that defied all known patterns of space communication. The message, half linguistic and half mathematical, bore a haunting melody that seemed to reverberate through time and space. It hinted at an ancient alliance, a meeting point of alien civilizations and sentient machines, all locked in a struggle over dominion of the interstellar order. The discovery set the entire colony abuzz. Liam, with his unbridled curiosity, saw an opportunity he had dreamed of his entire life. "Professor," he said eagerly, "we must follow the signal. It's a call to adventure, a guide to something monumental." Professor Anders nodded gravely. "Yes, Liam, but remember that every step away from what is familiar comes with risk. Our elders speak of the ancient prophecies, a hero's journey that defies time, one who dares challenge the plot of destiny. We may be on the brink of encountering powers far beyond our comprehension." Within weeks, Liam was selected, alongside a small contingent of experts and adventurers, to embark on the starship Aurora, a sleek interstellar vessel engineered with the latest in robot-assisted navigation and artificial intelligence. The crew included Ava Sterling, a soft-spoken but fiercely intelligent diplomat, Marcus Reed, a battle-hardened pilot with an unyielding loyalty to his crewmates, and Zara Quinn, a cybernetics expert whose innovations had reshaped robotic intelligence. They were to chart a course toward the source of the enigmatic signal. As the Aurora left the orbit of Selene 4, the crew gathered in the observation deck. The vast starlight spilled over them in a cascade of glittering sparks. "It's like embarking on a voyage with no map," said Marcus, his voice a mixture of awe and apprehension, "but perhaps that is what makes our journey worthwhile. The unknown is where legends are born." Ava added in a measured tone, "And remember, we sail not only for discovery but for peace. Our world has known political strife for too long. There is discord between Earth's ruling council and various interstellar colonies that have been forging independent identities. This signal might hold clues to a unification of forces, or even a solution to engine conflicts that have shadowed our expansion." As the Aurora's engines roared and the ship slipped into hyperspace, Liam recalled the words of Professor Anders and his own pulsating desire for discovery. The crew soon encountered their first test when they intercepted a message from the alien race known as the Zorix. The Zorix were tall, graceful beings with luminous skin and eyes that glimmered with the secrets of distant worlds. Their message was one of warning, a political edict from a council of interstellar powers locked in a bitter feud with human colonists. The Zorix demanded that the humans cease interfering in a region known as the Celestial Expanse, where ancient relics and technological marvels from a lost civilization rested undisturbed. "You trespass upon sacred ground," the transmission declared in a measured, almost musical tone. The relics of the ancient masters are not for the taking of mortal hands. Withdraw, or face the consequences drawn from the depths of cosmic history. Liam and his crew were divided. Marcus's gruff tone belied a fiery resolve: we came for answers, and we won't be bullied by aliens with myths. If there's a power struggle out there, we have to know our part in it. Ava, ever the diplomat, countered, let us not rush into confrontation. This may be an opportunity to build bridges, rather than burn them. The pressures of interstellar politics push countless factions toward conflict, and today, we stand at a crossroads. In the days that followed, the Aurora traversed nebulae, dodged cosmic phenomena, and debated the shifting alliances of distant star systems. Their path led them through shimmering corridors of energy and past drifting clusters of rogue asteroids. In the silence of the void, digital confidants aboard the ship, such as Talos, a sophisticated AI with a deceptively human-like personality, kept them informed and entertained with philosophical musings on existence and the nature of destiny. Liam, the universe is not a tapestry woven randomly, Talos observed one quiet evening, his synthesized voice echoing softly through the ship's corridors. Each event, each conflict, contributes to a grand design. You, among us, are threads in that intricate weaving. Those words reverberated in Liam's mind as he reminisced about the quiet nights on Selene IV, where he had once gazed at Earth thinking how minuscule its problems were compared to the vastness of space. Yet here he was, entangled in interstellar politics that threatened to bring war between seemingly irreconcilable worlds. The first tangible sign of crisis came as the Aurora was suddenly ambushed by a swift, agile fighter craft from an unknown faction. Laser fire streaked through space, igniting fragments of shattered asteroid rock. Marcus's practiced reflexes had the ship shuddering as it dodged the barrage. "Incoming," he shouted, his hands dancing over the control panel. The crew scrambled. Zara frantically engaged the ship's defense protocols, while Professor Enders maintained a cool demeanor in the communications center. "We must try to communicate," he insisted. "There is no honor in fighting when words might end this." In a strain over the COMM channel, a deep and enigmatic voice replied, "Your interference disrupts the sacred equilibrium. Turn back now, or suffer the consequence of cosmic retribution." For hours, the ship danced on the edge of destruction. Liam stood at the viewport, the speckled darkness offering no comfort, only the horrors of what might be a second war on humanity's doorstep. It was then that Ava decided to respond directly. "Who are you?" she demanded, her tone steady yet laced with urgency. "We come not as conquerors, but as seekers of truth." A tense silence followed before the voice responded, "I am Seraph, envoy of the Celestial Council. Our order has defended these realms for eons. You trespass not only on our territory but on a history older than the stars. Should you choose to defy our warnings, the consequences will ripple through every colony in your solar systems." In the heart of the conflict, Liam's resolve deepened. Guided by a force that he barely understood, he realized that his journey was not simply an act of exploration but a calling to restore balance in a fractured galaxy. "I understand your concerns, Seraph, but we are not foes. We are bridges between worlds," Liam pleaded, his voice melding with the static of the communicator. "If we work together, perhaps we can heal the divisions that pit neighbor against neighbor." Gradually, the tone in the communicator softened. Seraph's voice, tinted with sorrow and hope, replied, "There is talk of a prophecy, a child of Earth destined to turn the tides of interstellar discord. Perhaps you are that spark, though destiny is a fickle mistress." Thus began a tentative alliance. Working in collaboration, the humans and the emissaries of the Celestial Council embarked on an unprecedented mission uniting disparate factions under a banner of peace, even as interstellar political conflicts threatened to tear apart centuries of progress. The mysteries of ancient relics and the enigmatic signal revealed that the relics were part of an ancient technology designed to stabilize the gravitational rifts between dimensions. If activated properly, they would facilitate diplomatic channels between worlds, easing tensions and restoring balance. Over the course of their journey, the crew of the Aurora encountered wonders and perils alike. In the crystalline depths of the Andromeda outpost, they negotiated with a council of robotic archivists, sentient machines who had preserved the collective memories of countless civilizations. It has been eons since humanity's footsteps graced these halls, intoned a dignified automaton named Orion. The relics you seek are not simply tools of war, but keystones of peace. Handle them with care. The wisdom of Orion resonated with Zara, who in turn revealed her own struggle. I once believed machines would someday overshadow humanity, Zara confessed during a quiet moment in the archive's luminescent library. But now I see that we are partners in creation. Perhaps by uniting our disparate strengths, we can rewrite the script of conflict. As the Aurora continued its odyssey through star systems marred by political disputes, colonies that had split from Earth's global governance, aristocratic factions vying for control of cosmic trade routes, and rogue exiles seeking dominion over uncharted worlds, the intrinsic tension between old regimes and emergent new orders became palpable. The crew found themselves mediating between warlords and ambassadors, while simultaneously contending with internal dilemmas of faith and loyalty. In one particularly fraught encounter, Liam, Ava, and Marcus were summoned to a summit held on the orbiting platform of a colossal space station known as the Concord of Nebulae. Representatives from dozens of star systems gathered, their voices raised in a cacophony of demands and agendas. "The balance of power is shifting," declared a grizzled senator from the Martian Dominion, his tone both cautionary and defiant. "Our legacy and freedom depend on a decisive act, one that must not be dictated by unknown celestial forces." Ava interjected softly, "This summit is meant to forge consensus, not incite further discord. Let us listen and ask questions before we draw lines in the cosmos." Her measured diplomacy gradually quelled the rising tensions as she engaged one delegate after another, often recounting personal anecdotes of small kindnesses amidst vast cosmic battles. Amid these power struggles, Liam found himself increasingly drawn to the relics, a fragmented shard of an ancient artifact that pulsed with an iridescent glow. In the quiet hours of introspection aboard his cabin, Liam spent hours studying the device. Its gentle hum seemed to sync with his heartbeat, as if it recognized the latent potential within him. "I feel as though it is guiding me," he confided to Professor Anders during a private conversation. "It's showing me visions of distant worlds, and of a destiny intertwined with both creation and conflict." Professor Anders regarded him with both pride and concern. Legends often speak of a hero who is chosen by forces greater than themselves. But remember, Liam, the path is fraught with sacrifice and heartache. You must be prepared to face foes both external and within. As the journey pressed forward, the Aurora's course took it toward the heart of the Celestes expanse, the alleged resting place of the ancient relics. The expanse was a labyrinth of floating ruins, abandoned satellites from lost civilizations, and spaces where time itself seemed to falter. In this breathtaking arena, Liam and his companions encountered remnants of a once great empire, a civilization that spanned the stars and whose downfall had been precipitated by internal strife and the unchecked ambition of its leaders. Among the ruins, they discovered a grand hall encased in shimmering light, its architecture a blend of elegance and intricate machinery. Here, a council of holographic figures appeared, their voices resonating with the wisdom of ages. "Welcome, travelers," they intoned in unison, "you have come seeking answers, and in your hearts burn the fires of change. But know that the relics of fate may burn as much as they light the way." It was in that hall that Liam experienced his moment of profound clarity. Amid swirling patterns of luminescence, the relic shattered into a million prismatic shards, each reflecting visions of the past, present, and possible futures. In one vision, he saw a galaxy in chaos, the ambitions of power-hungry leaders splintering alliances and fracturing entire star systems. In another, he saw hope, a future where disparate peoples united under banners of cooperation, where humans, aliens, and machines alike upheld mutual respect. Driven by that singular vision, Liam rallied his crew. "We are not merely wanderers in the void," he proclaimed to his companions as they stood beneath the remnants of the ancient hall. "We are the inheritors of all that came before us." Our actions here will ripple through the tapestry of time, altering the balance of power. We have the chance to be the healers of this fractured universe. Marcus, ever the pragmatic fighter, added, I've fought battles raw and brutal, but never have I seen a cause so noble. Count me in, Liam. Let's show them that strength and compassion can stand side by side. Ava, her eyes filled with gentle determination, agreed, I was sent to mediate conflicts, to bring understanding where division reigned. With your guidance, Liam, we can forge unity from the chaos. Zara, who had long championed the union of human and machine intellect, nodded. Every circuit in my being is aligned with the idea of progress through unity. I'll stand by you all, to decipher the technology of old and link it to the brilliance of our tomorrow. The journey in the Sealstee's expanse was fraught with tests. The relic fragments, scattered across perilous ruins, demanded that each crew member confront a facet of their inner demons. In one abandoned control chamber, Liam encountered a projection of his own doubts and fears, a symbolic manifestation of internal conflict that mirrored the interstellar turmoil raging beyond. In a struggle as much with himself as with the echoes of an ancient curse, he learned that true heroism lay in accepting vulnerability. It was a moment of turmoil that taught him that doubt was not the enemy, but a catalyst for strength and growth. Meanwhile, the Aurora itself became a nexus for cosmic intrigue. As interstellar factions continued their political maneuvers, emissaries from rival powers sought alliances with the crew. Diplomatic meetings unfolded in labyrinthine corridors of the ancient ruins and aboard hastily arranged space-time summits. In one such meeting with the enigmatic Zorik's ambassador, Myra, space-time seemed to pause. Her luminous eyes held centuries of sorrow and hope. Our peoples have long been locked in conflict by the rigid structures of power, Myra said softly, but perhaps you, bearer of the relic's light, hold the key to embracing a future beyond our ancient grievances. The hours turned into days, and days blurred into an endless stream of negotiations, battles, and revelations. The political tensions of the known galaxy Earth's manipulative ruling council, the rogue Martian Dominion, the isolated orbiting enclaves, and numerous alien theocracies each had their own designs for control. The relic fragments became both a symbol of unity and a coveted weapon. Rumors spread that whoever controlled the relic's energy would dictate the future of interstellar governance. Soon, it became clear that a clandestine group known as the Iron Covenant, a coalition of militaristic elites from several star systems, intended to seize the relic's power to enforce their own authoritarian rule. Their agents infiltrated key meetings, sowing discord and igniting conflicts. One harrowing confrontation occurred on a barren moon near the fringes of the Sealstee's expanse. The Iron Covenant's forces, clad in dark, armored exosuites and wielding plasma rifles, surrounded the Aurora's landing craft. Tensions escalated as Marcus's fingers tightened on his sidearm. Stand down, or we will defend ourselves, Marcus warned in a voice that brooked no dissent. A commanding voice from the Covenant leader, a man known as Darius Kane, echoed ominously, you disrupt the natural order of cosmic governance. Surrender the relic, and perhaps sparing your colony's destruction. In the blinding flash of an energy bolt, a colossal standoff ensued. But even in the face of imminent conflict, Liam's voice cut through the chaos. There is another way, he declared, his tone resolute. Violence will only breed more violence. We must trust that unity can overcome division. The standoff dissolved into a cacophony of negotiation and reluctant truces. In a tense dialogue that stretched for hours beneath the eerie luminescence of alien skies, Ava negotiated with Darius Kane. I understand your desire for order, she explained calmly, but forcing unity through oppression is a path that leads only to ruin. Let us find a way to balance power without sacrificing freedom. Darius Kane's hardened expression softened, if only slightly. Your conviction is admirable, he conceded, but the scars of past betrayals run deep. Trust, both fragile and vital, must be earned. Even as political allegiances shifted like cosmic sands, Ava's commitment to diplomacy helped plant seeds of hope among even the most hardened militants. The Iron Covenant, witnessing the power of reason over brute force, gradually receded into the shadows, leaving behind a fragile but hopeful pact. With the relic fragments slowly assembled, a new phase of the mission unfolded. Guided by ancient schematics etched into holographic murals and by the counsel of wise alien archivists, the crew activated the relic matrix, a delicate convergence of technology and mysticism that radiated a beam of pure energy across the cosmic void. The activation sent ripples through space, reconfiguring gravitational channels, and igniting dormant communication lines between warring factions. In a grand assembly that spanned several star systems, delegations from Earth, Martian outposts, the Zorix, and other interstellar powers gathered as the relic's light bridged long-held divides. Within that radiant convergence, differences melted away, and ancient resentments were recontextualized as challenges to be overcome together. Professor Anders addressed the assembly with measured gravitas. We stand at the precipice of a new era. Let this relic remind us that our collective destiny transcends the petty divisions of power and politics. The ensuing peace talks were arduous, trust was not immediately restored, and scars of old conflicts remained etched into the fabric of interstellar relations. Yet, as compromise followed compromise and barriers fell one by one, hope kindled in the hearts of millions. Liam, once an ambitious engineer chasing a distant signal, had become a unifier, a beacon shining across the infinite darkness of space. As months passed into years, the visionary framework established by Liam and his crew began to reform the structure of interstellar politics. New alliances were formed, where dialogue and collaboration supplanted hostile force and tyranny. The human colonies of distant planets, now thriving as centers of innovation and cultural diversity, learned to share their progress with alien civilizations previously considered estranged. Robots, endowed with empathetic intelligence by Zara's groundbreaking research, became indispensable mediators in these delicate negotiations. In quiet moments aboard the Aurora, now repurposed as a diplomatic envoy vessel, Liam reflected on the journey that had transformed him. The relic, once a mysterious shard pulsing with ancient energy, had become a symbol of the collective heartbeat of the cosmos, a reminder that even in the vast emptiness between stars, unity could be forged from discord. One serene evening, as the Aurora glided past a vibrant nebula teeming with cosmic artistry, Liam recorded his thoughts in a digital log. I once believed that destiny was predetermined, a path laid out in the stars without room for deviation. But now I see that destiny is a collaborative emergence, molded by each decision we make. I am forever grateful for the chance to journey with my friends, to challenge the political strife that tore at our interconnected worlds, and to remind us that hope can conquer even the deepest divides. The years that followed saw the flowering of a new cosmic era. Interstellar congresses came into being, with representatives from all corners of the galaxy deliberating peacefully over the shared future. Old wounds began to mend as communication networks, once severed by distrust, pulsed with the steady rhythm of shared progress and mutual benefit. And though Liam's personal journey had taken him from a restless youth in Selene IV to a hero of galactic significance, he never forgot the wisdom imparted by his mentors or the lessons learned in the celestial halls of ancient ruins. Every conversation, every confrontation, had been a step on the arduous but necessary path towards a better tomorrow. With each passing star system allied in newfound unity, it became more evident that the universe's greatest mystery was not the darkness between galaxies, but the transformative light that could emerge when beings human, alien, and machine alike embraced a common destiny. In the end, the legacy of the Aurora and its intrepid crew was not measured merely in battle conquests or technological marvels, but in the soft echoes of laughter shared during peaceful negotiations, in the cautious smiles exchanged between former adversaries, and in the countless hearts that dared to dream a united future among the stars. As the sun of a distant star set on a harmonious gathering of worlds, Liam stood on the observation deck with Ava, Marcus, Zara, and the many friends they had gained along their long and arduous journey. Our story is but a single ripple in the vast cosmic ocean, Liam mused softly. Yet it reminds us that even the smallest spark, when nurtured by faith and unity, can ignite a conflagration of hope that changes the course of history. In that quiet communion of souls, the interstellar political conflicts, once marred by greed and division, were transcended by the common yearning for peace and understanding. The relic's light, still pulsing gently in the heart of the concord of nebulae, served as an eternal reminder, that among the myriad stars scattered across the universe, there existed a convergence where legends were born, and where the collective destiny of countless civilizations could be rewritten by those brave enough to listen to the whispers of the cosmos. And so, with the promise of tomorrow shining on the horizon of infinite galaxies, the legacy of the Aurora continued to forge alliances, mend ancient wounds, and chart a course toward a future where unity reigned supreme over political discord and fear. The hero's journey, it seemed, was an endless odyssey, a continuous narrative etched into the constellation of forever. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and check the description to find out how you can support my work.